Welcome to LettiSpeaks, where we turn pain into passion and find meaning through experience. Every day is a new day to find joy in the moment and live life abundantly. We speak and we listen and we don't take it lightly. Let's jump in and see what Spirit has to say. Welcome back to part number 3 of looking at the year in detail, just to kind of see the energies that are coming through each month. We're down to the last trimester. We did the first 2, and now we're going to do September, October, November, and December, and we'll be all done with the year. And if you, for some reason, would love to delve into a personal reading for yourself for the year, I am offering them on my calendar right now. And so the link is in the description where you can go and take a look at my calendar. There's a few different types of readings that I'm offering right now. This is one of them. And so you are more than welcome to schedule a personal reading for the whole year, where we'll delve in each month and kind of take a look at the energies, take a look at any challenges that may come up in that month, and also any advice that may be helpful during that time from Spirit, right? And so let's delve in. Thank you for stopping by and allowing me to speak into your life. You know that I don't take it lightly. And so thank you for stopping by to share your energy with me. It means so much. There's a few ways that you can actually support my channel. You can like, share, you can comment. If you are new to viewing my channel, definitely subscribe if you are resonating with my energy. If you're returning, thank you. It means so much. And I appreciate all of the support, continuous support. And so let's get started. So we're starting with the month of September. And the month of September actually has it gives a fall feel, not necessarily all the way into fall, but it shows like a part of the trees where the foliage is actually disappearing, and so it's almost like a transition into fall for September. And so let's take a look and see the energies for September. By the time you reach September, we've almost pretty much reached to the end of the year. And so pretty much everything that you were going to do, you probably have done by now. And you've reached that point where you're almost looking into 2025 again. So in the month of September, it's saying with the arrow and wealth, I feel like you have definitely probably made some impact. You've probably made some advancements. Excuse me, I'm still getting over the cold. Some type of advancements in the month of 2024 as it pertains to your goals, as it pertains to some aspect of your life. You may find that you actually are doing really good financially. We have wealth that came out here, and so it almost seems like the money, and there's not a lot of struggle or need as it pertains to financial things or material things. In September, you definitely have spiritual guidance with angel here. There's some type of protection coming in the month of September to provide a level of guidance and to steer you clear from things that might be harmful to you. And so I do see like an overshadow of assistance and protection in September. And this could be coming in to prevent any kind of loss or any kind of backtracking from the all of the gains that you have made in 2024. It's almost coming in to make sure that you're able to keep moving forward and keep building what it is that you're doing. This angel may actually come in the form of a friend. With dog barking here, advice from a friend. You definitely could be surrounded with people that have your best interest at heart in September. So September actually seems like a really good month. Going into the tarot, yeah, real good. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Cups. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups, this is almost like having things purposefully, intentionally being brought around for you, for your benefit. And we may even look at it from a karmic standpoint. It's like there's things that you have done that naturally come back around, right? Talking about the law of karma. There's things that you've done, possibly things that you've planted, things that you've chosen, and you're able to actually see the fruit of the choices that you've made and the inner growth that you chose, right? Every time we have a choice, it's always, I found, there's always a need to look at the deeper meaning behind what we're choosing, to look at the long perspective of how choosing is going to affect us. And what this is saying is that you took the time to do that. You did the soul work instead of just choosing materialistically or shallowly. You actually did like a deep soul search with whatever it is that led you to where you are in September. You possibly could have made a choice that caused you to feel like you took a loss, but it was in favor of long-term gain. And September actually shows that favor coming in for you. We also have the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like learning from, your mistakes, learning from the disappointments that you have experienced in the past. And because of that experience, because of the level of wisdom that you extracted from those experiences, you found a level of solace in not having things, like that immediate satisfaction, when you're making decisions or making choices. There is a level of maturity here. Yeah, it's a level of maturity to where you have found the wisdom and the strength to kind of pull back when it comes to how you choose in favor of like what it is that you're expecting to come out of the choices that you make. It's not about choosing again for instant gratification. It's not about choosing because it looks good. It's not about choosing because you just don't want to be alone, so you'll just take anything. Or it's not about choosing because you're not willing to put in the hard work that it's going to take to actually get what it is that you want. But it's almost like you've learned a way of making the hard choice in favor of getting what it is that you feel you deserve or what it is that you want. Well, September is bringing that choice back around. I feel like you'll see the fruits of your labor in September, or the benefit of your choices, your hard choices that you've made. Let's see what the advice is. So we have love, we have clearing, and we have ease. And so this lends me to believe that this could not only be around like financial situations, but it could also be with connections as well. with love and clearing and ease. This is almost like the energy of understanding the value that you carry, aside from the possessions, aside from any connections that you have outside of yourself. It's understanding that everything of any intrinsic, long-lasting value comes from within you. It comes from within you, and being willing to forego, anything that would cause you to choose against yourself. It's being willing to let things go and people go, right? That don't align with your highest good, with your highest purpose. And because you've been willing to do that to this point, it's almost like you get to experience this moment of ease in September. So September is going to be all about you receiving, I feel like. Yeah. And I don't feel like it's a selfish energy. I feel like it's an energy that's aligned with God. It's an energy that's aligned with your source, It's being in tune. Because sometimes we can want things, but then there's what God wants for us. Then there's what our source wants for us, which is sometimes far more greater than anything that we could ever imagine, right? And it's saying, no, you could have that right now if you want to, but if you wait, right? Which means, yeah, you may have to go without some things. Yeah, you may have to feel, a little bit lonely sometimes. Yeah, you may have to do that thing that you don't really enjoy doing for a little while longer, but with the understanding that if you trust me, I have something far greater for you further along the road, right? It's that kind of energy. And it's going from the ego to, aligning with your God self, aligning with your connection with your higher source, right? And it's almost like an offering, it's almost like the smell of an offering, giving up what you want in exchange for, realizing that there may in fact be something better. Not necessarily better because it feels or tastes or looks better, but better because you recognize that your creator knows what's best for you. Your creator, the one who created you, has a deeper understanding of you than you have of yourself, and may in fact know what would even be more delightful than anything you could ever imagine. And it's trusting that. That's the energy I'm getting. So September, for some of you, is going to be very rewarding. Very rewarding in September. Yeah. Double for your trouble is what I'm hearing for September. So let's look in October. Of course, one of my favorite seasons is starts in October. We have fall. And so we began to see, old things falling away, right? Things beginning to have this very golden hue to it. It's almost like the golden years, the latter years, And so October has that kind of feel of old things just kind of falling away. But let's see the energy for October. It's a good year so far, right? And so for somebody, you have a very good year coming in 2024. And so for the energies, we have V and box, right? Which is definitely good energy. V stands for victory, by the way. And then box talks about something that you will receive. And this will be in the form of a gift. It's not something that you've worked or earned for, but this is something from someone who felt like you were worthy of it. You were worthy of something that you don't have to work for, something that you can just receive, right? And then we have happiness and diamond. Again, another precious gift. So this could be for someone whose birthday is in October, possibly, or around that time of year. We have two energies pointing to you receiving some type of gift in October, and this energy of victory and happiness. And so I don't know about you, but by the time October gets here, I'm like really head over heels about life. Number one, because the colors are so beautiful, the reds and the oranges and the browns. Not that green isn't beautiful, but there's just the orange reddish hues do something. There's like something that triggers in my mind when I see those colors, and it just stimulates this sense of joy and happiness and appreciation. And I don't, maybe it's something that triggers just the spirit behind Thanksgiving. I don't know, but I just always loved those colors. But I get that kind of energy in October, this very triumphant energy. Like nothing is wrong. Everything is just good, right? So let's look into our tarot and see what else comes out for October other than gifts and happiness and victory, right? Whatever it is that you have sought out to do by this time of year, again, even trickling over from September, you're victorious in it, and you're finding lots of pleasure in it, and joy and success. And so we have the Three of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So I get the feeling like whatever this is, you've taken your time with it, you've cultivated it. This could even be in regards to the relationships. You might even be feeling just an overflow with the relationships that you are embarking in. And we have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. And I almost feel like this is, again, that energy that being given double for your trouble. It's almost like taking the disappointment, the heartbreak, all of the stressful, lonely nights where you couldn't sleep, and finally turning that, it's almost like that energy being transmuted into the highest form of enjoyment that you can experience in life. Yeah. No longer will you, if you were in past years, I feel like 2024 is the year of success. I heard someone say that 2020 year, when we look at the Chinese calendar, it's the year of the dragon. And the dragon is represented with, I believe it's Libra, which is October. And so this is very much your year. I feel like this could be talking to Libras. It could also be talking to anyone with connection with Libras as well. But it was talking about how the year of the dragon talks about this it's a time where there's just like an overpour of luck and success and prosperity and favor, right? And so if there's anything that's been on your heart to do, and you are in the month of November, that's in your birth chart, maybe this is time for you to take advantage of it and do it, right? As these energies are really high and in your favor, if you're connected to someone who is in the month of October, this is a time to really take advantage of the energies while they're percolating in the horoscope right now. And so I get it's just the energy of really being compensated for anything that drove you out of your way or caused any bit of pain or suffering or sorrow. It's experiencing the very opposite of everything that you have forsaken or lost, right? And so as we go into the advice for October, we have acceptance, that energy of loss, and non-duality. And so with acceptance, loss, and non-duality, it's really, I feel like it mostly is like being content in any situation, which I'm probably talking to someone who's learned to kind of master the moment, not having to have things be any kind of way, but being able to be content no matter what's happening around you. Being able to be content and being open for things to come and go. As you know, not everybody is called to be a part of your life for the rest of your life. Some people come in for a season. Some people come in for a lifetime, right? And it's being willing to accept the difference. Some experiences come for a season and some come for a lifetime. It's being open to accept it for whatever it is and not having to have things show up in any type of form. It's letting go of form, and just being open to receive whatever is for you. It's radical acceptance is what it is, even when it comes to loss, right? Understanding that what is for you is absolutely without a shadow of a doubt for you. And if it left or if it was moved forward out of your life, then obviously that was not for you. Or it was there for a season. They were there for a season and now it's time for something else to come in, right? Understanding that we all have purpose. And I believe that everything aligns with the purpose that we have on our life. And so sometimes we get to experience what it means to have what we call a true offering, right? When we're confronted with loss and when we're able to release it without having to take claim of it or making it too much more than it has to be, right? Which is hard sometimes. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's, just release it, just release them. No, it's difficult. And I feel like the more difficult it is, the more of a sacrifice that we begin to understand. Sometimes we've been created to offer. It's a sacrifice to be able to release something that we love or someone that we love so dear when it's time for them to go, when it's time for them to move on to the next season of their life or the next part of their existence. It's a sacrifice. And loss teaches us that. It teaches us to understand what it means to be radically accepting, right, of what is above us or bigger than us. And it also teaches us what it means to offer up a sacrifice, right? And it has a lot to do with releasing ego, mine, or having to do it my way or a certain way. Instead, releasing it to God, releasing it to the Creator, to the source, because again, we only see in part, we only understand in part, but there is an energy, their source that sees all, that knows all, is the creator of all, right? And so October may very well be like I feel like it's going to be kind of like an enlightenment around that energy. And maybe there were things that was hard to let go at one point, but I feel like you're coming into a time in October where there's the acceptance of it. There's an enlightenment around higher purpose, right? And the reason why there needs to be this release and this acceptance, this radical acceptance. And there's a coming to understand that there is not just the physical realm, but there's also the spiritual realm, two very real dimensions. And it's also coming in to understand the importance of both. You know, we can live very much in the physical reality, things that we can see, touch, feel, taste, smell, you know, think very sensual experiences. We can very much live in that part, but there's a whole nother reality to our existence. It's our spiritual, it's our soul existence, right? Which is very spiritual, which is very much as important and just as real as the physical, right? Just as real. When I tell you, it is just as real. And so October may very well be coming into the acceptance of things beyond yourself, you know, things beyond your control, that's able to offer a greater level of awareness through your existence. And I'm going to leave that right there. Going into November, which is bringing in a little bit of the chilliness. November is a month where we start to possibly see snow in the higher elevated areas, and possibly see sun is still coming out in November, but it gets a little bit chilly. Things begin to hibernate. And so November is a little bit chilly. I'm going to say that. It begins to get a little bit chilly. Things begin to kind of slow down, right? Because it's getting cold. The days are shorter or longer. They're still longer, but they began to start getting shorter. The seasons began to change. And so things began to kind of slow down a little bit because of the weather and the energy. And so with the energies coming in for November, we have the rose and the club, the table and the boat. And so, so there's a few different energies coming in for November. One is an energy of romance. So there could be a level of heightened romance. Not that you're not already experiencing it in November, but there's some type of heightened romance in November. And if you're not, then this could be an introduction to some type of romantic experience in November. November also has an energy of some type of windfall coming your way. This could be like through something given to you, like you're going to win something or an inheritance. But there's money or property that's coming in November of some type. Not that you're going to be in a position where you no longer have to work. You'll still be having to work for whatever it is that you are committed to and wanting to bring to pass, right? But there is a lot of assistance coming in. There's a lot of favor coming in around what it is that you're already doing. And with all of this success with what you're doing, of course, there is the challenges coming in as well of being possibly confronted or surrounded with people that may try to give their input. I'm feeling that's the energy. People trying to give their input in how it is that you've chosen to do things. Right? You know, there's always people that love to sit on the sidelines and give expert advice, but they're never in the ring. They just want to sit from the cheap seats and give advice. It's that kind of energy. But I don't see you bothered by it. Let's see what comes out in the tarot. Let's see. So we have transformation, but it came out sideways. We have death. We have Hierophant, the Ace of Emotions, and the Seven of Materials. Yeah, so this is kind of like, it could be someone giving advice around relationships or some type of romantic thing that you are kind of absorbed in at the moment. And that thing, whatever that is, could be in a moment of change, right? There could be like a changing, a turning of events, or the existence of this type of romance that you're experiencing, and it could very well be changing. It could be actually deepening to something more serious, and you may find yourself wanting to kind of invest on a greater scale into this relationship or this connection that you're having. Someone may be even being proposed to in the month of November. That could be part of the change that you're experiencing financially. Yeah, I feel like this is dealing with romance. And so I feel like there's a connection of sorts in November that's going to offer up a greater or a deeper level of commitment. Somebody's going to want to take it to the next level, or maybe thinking about it. It's going to kind of be put out on the table, right? And so, or maybe this is someone that you've known for a while, and now they're going to kind of come forward and let you know that they actually want to see you in a romantic way. Either or. I feel like it does have something to do with romance, a new connection of sorts. And if it's already an existing connection, this person is going to want to move very fast. This person is going to want to invest in you. Yeah. So let's see what's in the advice. Yep, like I said, companionship. So November is going to be a month that is about connections, romance, of giving yourself and your presence to others, connecting in that way. And just releasing control. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that possibly likes to be in control, likes to be able to dictate like how things should be. But this is going to be very much something where you are going to have an opportunity. You notice I use that word, an opportunity to kind of release the need to have things go in a certain way, or to be able to hold the, the control of the situation. This is very much going to be something that's completely out of your control, but there's also the opportunity to release it in trust. Trust source, trust your maker, trust God and what is happening, and understanding that it's happening for you, and so you can trust it and you can safely release control in that way. And then we have divine source. which is what we were just talking about. Coming to understand that your deepest needs are being met. They will be met. And all you have to do is trust the divine plan and know who your source is. Right? It don't get no better than that. It does not get any better than that. November. Each month, it just seems to just get better and better, gooder and gooder, greater and greater, right? And so 2024 is basically what you make it. Everything that you could ever desire, I feel like, is at your disposal. It's all about being open to receive it, aligning yourself and positioning yourself, releasing the idea of form, right? It's all there. It's all there. And then we'll end it out with December. And she looks like she's had a good time all year long, right? Hair wild, like she just has had a very joyous time, right? You know, you come home from doing something that's active and exciting, and you look like you've been out having fun. That's the energy I get. And so for December, we have a few cards to bring in some energy. We have Bull. We have March. March came out. We have Flowers, and we have Barrel. And so with with March and Bull. So Bull actually is the energy of being bold, standing up for something, like don't back down, whatever this is from the opposition, but actually demonstrate your power, demonstrate your truth, demonstrate your strength and your fortitude. And I don't know, March, this could be something. If I go back to March and remember what happened in March, I think there could have been some conflict early on in March, if I'm not mistaken. There may be a resurgence of whatever that issue was, and Spirit is basically saying nothing has changed. Continue on, right? Still stand in your power, still stand your ground. We also have Flowers and Barrel. And so there's definitely happiness. Flowers brings that energy, but then with Barrel, it's almost like there's still like the need. You know how you could have everything you need, but then you feel like, okay, but what is missing? It's almost like that kind of energy. December, you're going to be very content, but you're also going to have this inner hunger. There's going to be something more happening on the inside of you. Not that that's a bad thing, right? There's almost like there's the energy of unease that comes, but it also serves as a reminder that we're continuously growing, the need to continue to move forward, the need to continue to seek and to go deeper and to reach higher, right? Not to settle. And so you may reach a plateau where you feel like, okay, what's next? Like, what do I need to do next? You know, it's that kind of energy. Let's get some tarot on this. And we have the Lovers, the Eight of Cups, the Judgment, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's that energy. The Ace of Pentacles brings in new, right? Definitely new, starting something new, a new project or walking through a new door. Judgment talks about coming to a realization that like there's more. There's more to do. You're not done. Or there's the realization of something else that needs attention or that you've been awakened to. There's something else existing that's calling your attention and may in fact be pulling you away from something that no longer deserves your attention. There's some type of awakening here in December. The Lovers could definitely be about this romantic rendezvous that's happening, but it could also be something internally. The Lovers also talks about the fact that there's the balance within each of us. Each of us contains a level of masculine and feminine energy, that yin yang, you know, that perfect balance that helps us to be our very best, you know, as we move towards the things that we're being called to do, right? It could be either or. It could be realizing that there's still work to do, like there's still something needed, you know. Yeah. But there's going to be some type of realization in December with all this joy and all this celebration and all this success and all this favor poured out on you in the month of December. There's still the inner calling. There's still the awakening happening, right? And many of us may not know, but there's more than one awakening that we have in any lifetime. We have several awakenings. We have awakenings that we don't even realize we've had, right? If I took you through all of the awakenings that I've had, we would be here all night, you know. But it's almost like that kind of energy. There's like an awakening that's happening in December. And it also may be, it kind of feels like this new charge being given. It's like a new charge being given. And having succeeded with what was given for you to do, and now being given a new charge, right? And so, let's see. For our advice, we have right action. We have grief. And we have true offering. And so, for some of you, and this may not be for all, I'm getting the energy of possibly realizing that you need more. For some of you, this could be concerning the connection that you're in. You may come to a moment and realize that this may not be it. Remember, we were talking a while back when we were talking about seasons and how sometimes people come in for a season. You know, for some of you, I get that energy. It's the energy of realizing, as wonderful as this person is, sometimes it's not the one, you know. And I think we do people a disservice by letting things go on unaddressed or pretending like it has the ability to turn into something more, you know, because we're afraid to hurt people's feelings or lead people on, you know. And as much as it would hurt, I would want someone to just be honest with me, then lead me on and have me waste my time and my energy. But I almost get like it's that kind of energy of having to come to grips and release something or release someone. A paragrapha, means let everything that wants to go, go. And it could be someone coming to that realization, about you, right? But it means aparigrapha means let everything that wants to go, go. Release it. Don't try to hold it back. And let everything that wants to come, right? That is the right action. And so in December, there is something happening. There's an awakening happening. And around that awakening, there's going to be the need to release something or let something go. And it's going to be the right thing to do in December, right? And it's okay, right? It's okay to allow yourself to feel it, to feel the release, to feel the hurt around it. Maybe there's something that needs to be grieved and released. Maybe there's something that you've been holding on to for a long time and it's been kind of comfortable holding on to it. You're afraid to release it. December might bring in the opportunity to finally let it go, to finally allow yourself to grieve it and release it. Okay, so you place that energy wherever you understand that to be. I feel like Spirit will also be talking to you at the same time as I'm talking as a confirmation, or maybe it'll come in December and you'll remember this reading and it'll make sense. But there's a level of grieving that'll happen, and you being asked or being guided to just let it go. Yeah. And then true offering is that energy too. It's taking what can be, just difficult, taking what can be an unbearable circumstance or an unbearable existence, an unbearable happening that happens, and take it and return it to love. Like transmute it, transmute that energy, transmute that pain. Talking about true offering again, taking the plight that we've been dealt and still being able to release it and allow what needs to come out of it, right? And so December, at the height of all of this good stuff, right, there's still some soul work being done underneath all of that good stuff that's coming in for you, for us. There's still going to be soul work being done. And so that is the conclusion to this beautiful I've doubled the year, to this beautiful 12-month, why did I say 24? 24. That could be a significant number, 2-4. But this is the conclusion to this beautiful 12-month reading, starting from January 17th through February 17th. And so it's from the middle of each month to the middle of the next month. So this would actually end the same time next year, from the middle of December all the way through the middle of January. And so I'm going to stamp this as definitely a 2024 reading. You can actually refer back to it through the year if you need to. It'll be up. And so, yeah, again, if this is something that you would want to have personalized for you, feel free to tap on my calendar in the description box. I believe it's also in my bio as well. And go ahead and schedule an appointment. And I would be happy to, pull out some cards and lay them down and tap into the energies for you each month. we can definitely do that. So all you have to do is go over to my calendar and schedule it. I'd be more than happy to get back with you, and we can schedule a time and a date to do it. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Now that I have finished this reading, it took me a couple of days to come back and finish it, but I am adamant about finishing things that I start in 2024. And so thank you for stopping by and listening. If you were able to catch the first two, they're there for you whenever you want to go back and read them as well. And so I do appreciate you. Take a moment to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how it resonated, how you're feeling about it, how it sat with your spirit. And I will send all that beautiful energy right back to you. Okay? And thank you for allowing me to speak into your life. I don't take it lightly. So until next time, until I do my next reading, make sure you take care of yourself and understand that this year is yours for the making. All of the energy and the support is there. It's all up to you. All right? So until next time, thank you for stopping by. It has been Letty, also known as Sunfire 369. And so until next time, take care of yourselves, and I love you. Bye.